Look, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. I want to thank everybody that's been walking with me from then to now. You know what I mean? Look, we never stopping because we're popping. This summer has been hell for me, but I want to remind people the show will go on. This isn't based off of popular opinion. When they go left, I'ma go right. You know, it's just how I am, bro. Yeah, it's just how I am. Drop it in the comments. Please enjoy the show. Like, share, subscribe. It helps the channel. You know what I mean? Get what? We ain't going nowhere, fam. Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. We just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They can't stop me, fam. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground. Look, Shia LaBeouf settled a $10 million lawsuit with FKA Twig. Look, she was suing him for sexual and physical abuse. Allegedly, look, she wanted $10 million. Allegedly, even Stevens knowingly even gave her a STD. Look, bro, it was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. She couldn't even look at men in the eyes without him taking it as a form of cheating. She says Shia LaBeouf, incredible actor, but made her life a living fucking hell. Look, bro, he's been off his rocker for quite some time now. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Cool guy, but behind the scenes, they say he's trouble, trouble, trouble. I can't believe he let Yellowwood spit in his face like that and kick that debt in his face in that movie. I'm just being honest, just being real. Look, drop it in the comments. He paid $5 million to make this thing go bye-bye. Look, NBA YoungBoy release, Men Just Want to Have Fun. Now, this is a remix of Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and that's my song, man. That's my song. So when I seen he did this, I had to tune in to see if he made a hit out of it or did he make shit out of it. Look, Old Daddy Dear, you know you're still number one, but Girls Just Want to, that's my shit, fam. Look, he did this with Mellow Rex. I don't know Mellow Rex, but allegedly Kodak Black used to date her, so she was only part of it out of spite. She didn't really have a part on it, you know what I mean? Look, the song was lackluster. Song was lackluster, it wasn't it. I'm just being honest, just being real. But seeing him get on one of my favorite tracks lets me know that he's in his bag. Look, all Top need is one good sample to take him to the moon. Let's just be honest. Look, I just like to see him creating. Drop it in the comments. Shout out to NBA YoungBoy. Look, Drake, What Did I Miss? Fell 6 spots on the Billboard Top 100. Debut at number 2. Now it's sitting at number 8. It was expected to drop, though. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. There's no surprise there. This is one of them Drake tracks that you just toss it in with the other ones. Yeah, it's dope. It's fire. But it's just another track, fam. Look, Boy Wonder was just talking his shit. He was just kicking the shit, kicking some flavor, fam. It's dope. He responded to a couple people, but Iceman is what you want to hear. Yeah, Iceman is what's going to take it there. That was just a little teaser track, man. This is what Drake does, fam. I'm hearing he's really talking his shit on his Iceman, and that's to be released soon, bro. Sometime this year. Never miss the summer, so I'm thinking we'll get another little glimpse of that before the end. I'm just being honest, just being real. Shout out Drake, fam. Scores from the Look, LeBron James throwing shots at Drake. Look, he mad at him. Drake then covered up his LBJ tat, and now LeBron James rubbing salt in the wounds. Yeah, he recorded himself rapping Not Like Us in the Canes. Popping his shit too. You know what I mean? Look, Drake ain't cared for him since he went to support that pop out. Kendrick and Friends. He was there. Drake thought they was cool. Look, LBJ got a lot of shit going on, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. NBA career shot to shit. Nobody want it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to leave when you on top, fam, or they gonna make you look bad. They don't want him in LA no more. They telling them when they go, take it boy with him. You know what I mean? Look. That's fucked up, because Bron and James catching the strays, fam, and I don't know if he got what it takes for another team. He had rejected the LA contract. Look, shout out LeBron James, shout out Drake. But Drake is still gonna be boy wonder. I don't know if LeBron James going into commentary or what. Maybe he turned into a rapper, who knows? Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Waka Flocka Flame kicked out of Surf Lodge in Montauk. You know what I mean? Look, bro, he pulled up to the lodge with 14 entourage of 14 people and tried to go through the side door. Yes, he did, but security had a problem with that. Why they had a problem with that? It wasn't approved, but look, he went in and he tried to potty. Well, before he went in, go fuck yourself. 1,000 times, 1,000 times, go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself. Hey, they let him go in and party. He couldn't take the win. He came back out, he had to address this to the security. He had to confront him for the disrespect. He say, I'm worth $20 million. You don't know me? You don't know who I am? You know what I mean? Yeah, you couldn't take it, bro. That somebody would had the audacity to not let him through the side door. Look, they kicked him out the establishment. You know what I mean? Take your $20 million ass on down the streets. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Waka Flocka, bro. You got to know how to act. When you go places, you got to know how to act, fam, because you a good guy. You know what I mean? You a good guy. You got a good ticker, fam. You got to learn to use it, fam, and stop trying to be cool. Stop trying to be too cool with this shit. You just rap, fam. You know what I mean? You know, shit. And ain't never just been all that in the rap world anyway, if we just being honest. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, NBA YoungBoy announces release date for Make America Slime Again album. Look, it was postponed for unknown reasons. You don't know why things are postponed. Maybe it's the clear sample. We already heard the Cyndi Lauper, Men Just Want to Have Fun, which I don't even think should be on the damn album. You know what I mean? If so, if you got tracks like that, just throw away tracks. It makes the album as trash as Kodak Black was saying it was going to be. But I don't think that's going to even make the album. But you don't know why this thing was postponed. But now, look, he released 10 tracks. That was a care package. He gave you 2 more. Then he gave you the Mellow Racks track. That's 13 of them. And this CD's supposed to have 30 tracks on it. 30. People ain't even doing that like that no more. That's why I respect him. You know what I mean? That's why I respect him. He gonna swing a lot. A lot of them might be misses, but he's gonna swing. Look, July 26th, Make America Slime Again will drop. Drop it in the comments. Bulletins and boards going up all around New York. You know what I mean? Why New York? Who knows? You know what I mean? Maybe he wants some more attention up there, but you'd think they'd be going in Texas and Louisiana, but you don't see that shit out there. You just don't see it. You know, I don't know what's going on. Drop it in the comments. Shout out YB, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Ozzy Osbourne was pronounced dead at 76 years old. Look, this weeks after reuniting with Black Sabbath. He dealt with extensive health issues for quite some time, so this is really no surprise. He lasted way longer than most people would have thought. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2006. This man has literally been rocking since the 70s, bro. Shout out Ozzy Osbourne. He's leaving behind 13 studio albums. My 16-year-old daughter, fam, told me yesterday, she said the death of Ozzy Osbourne really fucked with her. It fucked her up, you know what I mean? Yeah, it fucked her up. Me, I laugh at awkward times, fam, so I chuckle, you know what I mean? What are you laughing at? I just didn't know you knew Ozzy like that. Look, everybody fucked with Ozzy Osbourne. Moral of the story. R.I.P. to him, you know what I mean? Shout out the whole Osbourne family. Scars from the playground. Shout out Black Sabbath too. Drop it in the comments, man. Look, Malcolm Jamal Warner, cause of death revealed. He was actually hit by a surfboard in Costa Rica, Cockles Beach, known for unpredictable waves and strong currents. He was hit by a runaway surfboard. While swimming with his friend, it hit him in the head so hard, it just knocked him underwater. He couldn't signal for help or nothing, fam. This one is a wild one. This one is a crazy one, fam. I know a lot of people thought it was some type of drowning. And come on, he drowned. But whoever was in charge of that damn surfboard, and they shouldn't be indicted. It's not say they should face no. It just happens, bro. When you in the water, you gotta make sure you ain't no starter. Meaning, you didn't just start doing this shit, man. You gotta be experienced to be out there where they really surfing, fam. It's just being honest. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, A$AP Rocky survived dental surgery in Hollywood. He was wheeled out of a West Hollywood dental office after fixing his cosmetics. Yeah, put into a Hummer. He had the whole weekend at Bernie's shit going. I'm hearing he's fine. Yeah, Rocky's gonna be okay. He admits the wheelchair was a little much, but anytime they have to sedate you, if they have to put you under, even with the laughing gas, they don't trust you to just walk out. You know what I mean? They do that. That is procedure. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's procedure. He was just on his diva shit, had the whole cover over it. Bro, when you're photographed like that, people are gonna take it and run with it. You know what I mean? Best thing you could do is kind of hide. Yeah, it ain't about making himself look like Blanket. You know, it ain't about making himself look like Blanket. He just had to get in the car as quick as possible. He had places to be, bro. Business never stops. I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Shout out A$AP Rocky. Look, Jay-Z took out another mortgage on his Bel Air mansion for $57.5 million, fam. Now, this is the second mortgage they took on it. They didn't got on this property. The other one was in 2021, which they was already paying 200 and some thousand a month. This brings it up to 500,000 a month for the next 30 years, fam, and this is just one house. Now, if you had $3 billion in the bank, and we talking Jay-Z and Beyonce combined, would you still be mortgaging shit, or would you just be buying it outright? Look, this is the definition of more money, more problems, fam. Competing with the Joneses and trying to 11 rooms, you gotta pay. The staff is $100,000 a year, so that brings that property to north of $600 and something thousand a month that you just fucking giving away because it's not your only fucking house. Look, bro, billionaires play strange games. Your billionaire plays strange games. Look, bro, you don't want to get no money and be fighting to keep it, fam. Come on, man. It's just whatnot you were raised, bro. You got to remember where you came from to know where you're going. Because you're hemorrhaging, fam, without even knowing it. Drop it in the comments, Scars from the playground. It's going to go over a lot of people's head. But guess what? I don't give a fuck.